So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Andrea Clare, and I'm really excited to be joining you today in Lindsay's group. This is quite nerve-wracking. I've done lives before, but never in anybody else's group, and it's a huge responsibility, but I'm also really grateful to Lindsay for letting us do this. I've been listening to some of the other amazing women this morning who've gone live in the group, and I really hope I don't let you down, Lindsay, and that I do you proud. So I'm here today to tell you a little bit about myself and also to tell you a little bit about my business. So as I say, I'm Andrea Clare. Claire's actually my middle name. My married name is Cumming, but yes, it's been all change in my life. I'm now a single parent to 3 amazing kids, and I thought, right, I'm going to start using my middle names because it's so underused. So I'm a busy mum of 3, as I say, 2 of which live with me. They're teenagers preparing for their Nat 5 exams later this year. So as you can imagine, it's a bit stressful in my household. I'm a business owner. I'm also an artist. And I'm also a dog lover. I've got 3 dogs. I'm the crazy dog woman where I live. So yeah. And a little bit of background about me. So I've lived just outside of Glasgow, but as you can tell from my accent, I'm from England originally. I've been in Scotland for all my working life, for over 30 years. And I started off originally on the East Coast in Fife, but I'm now in a region called, or a county, I'm never sure what the official title is, but I actually live in South Lanarkshire now. Hi Lindsay, good to see you. Previously I was in the corporate world. I qualified as a further education teacher a long time ago, yes, 33 years ago. Came up to Scotland. I've actually worked in education briefly, but when I first came up to Scotland, I went into the corporate world. I was in IT training for over 20 years and I really enjoyed it. I worked initially for a company called Clare in the financial services industry. And then I had 13 years with a company called Grant Thornton, and I really loved the role that I had with Grant Thornton because although I didn't get promoted because there wasn't really any opportunity for promotion, my role expanded vertically and I was getting involved in some great projects. I didn't just do IT training. I got involved in course development for other people, also software testing. So yeah, I really enjoyed my role. Sorry if I keep filling my fringe, but I'm conscious that it's got rather long and it's kind of getting in my eyes and I definitely need a trim. So in 2011, we had a new manager. And as often happens with new managers starting, they wanted to make lots of changes. So we had to get re-interviewed for our roles. And I was lucky, I was successful. But then I realised that the role was changing. So it was changing in that I was going to be doing lots of travelling and that just wasn't feasible with a young family. So I decided to go for redundancy. And I did something that I'd always wanted to do. I had a cafe and catering business. And yeah, that was a very interesting experience. I had that for 3 years. Lindsay's just saying she got her fringe sorted a couple of days ago. I really need to get my fringe sorted. I'm definitely due a trim. So yes, I had a cafe and catering business for 3 years. It was a great experience. It was hard work. It was 24/7. And I always say to people, if you know anyone who's saying, I'd love to start a cafe, then please point them in my direction, because although it was a great experience, I know the reality of running a cafe in a traditional business. And yeah, it is tough times. My children were used to spending their Friday evening at book a cash and carry, and also doing their homework in the cafe. Yeah, I mean, it was good for them to learn from that experience. Yeah, traditional businesses are tough. So after that, what did I do? Well, I'm kind of concentrated on being a mum, because that's a really important job too. So, as I say, I've got 3 children. My children are actually adopted. So, yeah, there's lots of extra work that comes with that. I've become very good at child psychology, and I took advantage of being able to spend time with them and being a full-time mum. I've had a couple of other roles along the way. I've worked at Glasgow University in IT training again. I've also worked in the community, and my last role was with the National Autistic Society in Scotland, which was really enjoyable as well. So yeah, I've had an interesting career. But 5 years ago, I was introduced to my business. And I'm a network marketer, and I'm proud to be a network marketer. But when I was originally approached about the business, I was like, oh no, I'm not going down that road. I've done that before. In my 20s, I was introduced to network marketing. I said, never again. And yeah, sometimes network marketing can be a dirty word. But I was introduced to business, as I say, and the thing that tipped the balance for me was the people. I was introduced to an amazing community of business owners like myself, and the majority of them are women. And I thought, do you know, I want to be part of this community. So I signed up, and as they say, the rest is history. A lot's happened in my life in the last 5 years. And I'm not going to go into a great deal of detail and bore people, because we all have challenges to bear. But as I say, I'm now a single mum to my children, and I'm super focused again on my business. Oh yes, Lindsay's saying that she felt the same way about network marketing, but she's found it's a great way to meet people. So yeah, during lockdown, yeah, that was an interesting phase in all our lives, but I kind of focused on keeping my kids safe and ensuring their emotional well-being was intact. Also focused on keeping myself sane as well, but I always had my community of women in the background who kept me going. Oh, and there's Hazel. Hi Hazel, good to see you're watching. So yeah, so I'm a network marketer, and I work alongside a company called Forever Living, and I'm going to say a little bit about that as well. But I just want to talk about the importance of groups like Lindsay's, and also of networking. When I started my Forever Living business, I'd been out of the corporate world for quite a number of years. I'd also forgotten to mention I'd been involved with some 3 public art displays, because as I say, I'm an artist. I've never really considered myself an artist. I call myself a professional doodler. I've not had any training. I wasn't allowed to study art at school because my dad told me I'd never earn any money doing it. And but towards the end of my experience as a cafe owner, I actually got the opportunity to paint a full-size Clydesdale horse sculpture. I had no clue what sort of paint to use or anything. I was a complete novice, but I did that, and then I went on to paint a lion in Paisley as part of their Pride of Paisley event. And then the last public art display I was involved with again was in Hamilton, where I stay. and it was a full-size giraffe. So that was another thing that I did along the way. So yeah, I was, what was I saying? Sorry, I'm also going through the menopause, so things that previously I would have remembered, I've actually gone mush out of my head. So yeah, I was telling you about how I started my business, wasn't I? Ah, yes, I remember. So, I've been out of the corporate world. I've been at home raising my children. Obviously, I'd had, contact with people through my business, but I also, following my business closing, I went bankrupt. So that did a lot to dull my confidence. So I thought, right, I need to get out there and meet some people. So I thought, right, I need to do some networking. And I used to hate networking when I was in the corporate world. I was always the person behind the scenes, making sure everybody had a drink or coffee. I didn't really want to make small talk with people. So I went along to a networking event. It was Business Women Scotland. It was in Glasgow, and it was a meal. And I thought, that's great, because even if I can't talk to people, if I don't feel confident about talking to people, I can concentrate on eating my food. Anyway, I went along and it was great. I met some amazing women. Conversation flowed and it really gave me a confidence boost. And since then, I've done a lot of networking. I've been to networking events with Scottish Women in Business, SWIB, Business Women Scotland, as say, other events which haven't just been women, there's been men at them as well, which that's men network differently to women, but that's another story. I've also been to events with what was MIBA, Mums in Business Association. In fact, I actually ran one of the groups in the Glasgow area. So networking has been great for me. It's been great for my confidence. It's also been great for getting to meet other female business owners, and male business owners, but let's focus on the females. I'm not a feminist, but we, as I say, we network differently. We like to have a good old chinwag. Men are completely different. And, also networking online during lockdown, although that was pretty intense. Zooming is tiring work. And I think there is such a thing as Zoomitis. I had to take a wee break from doing stuff online because I found it was exhausting me too much. But yeah, I've done a lot of networking and connected with a lot of people. So I would recommend anybody who's starting out, or even if you've got an established business and you need, you want more business, then definitely get involved with networking. Definitely get involved with amazing groups like Lindsay's group, because it's a great way to get your business known. There's another good group that I'm part of called Glasgow Girls Club. Groups can be a bit of a slow burn, and I know somebody was talking about it earlier on, I think it was Melanie, about how you have to be very gentle in your approach in groups. You don't want to be too full on, because that can put people off. But the Glasgow Girls Club actually created, in a sense, my other business that I have. I also paint pet portraits, but I only started doing this about 6 weeks ago because a post appeared in that group about a lovely dog which was having some health issues, and I was inspired to paint this dog. I taught myself watercolours during lockdown. I painted the dog. I put a post on the group and said, would anybody else like their pet painted? And as you can imagine, there's been quite a few requests for me to paint dogs. I've painted guinea pigs. I've painted cats. So yeah, that's another little thing that I do alongside my Forever Living business, and it's actually my way to relax. It's good for mindfulness. It's not a stressful thing, painting and a pet for me. And I've also brought, my pictures have brought a lot of joy to people, which I love. I love being able to make people happy. So that's me rambled on about everything except my actual business. But, it's important for people to get to know me because, as I say, network marketing, people either love it or hate it. It's a bit like Marmite, I suppose. I now love it. And also another thing that I wasn't sure about with respect to network marketing and growing my business was going on social media. Because I think I'm a bit old school. I'm in my 50s and it doesn't come naturally to me to be on social media. I've done a few lives in the past and I've had to force myself to do them sometimes. But I'm also all about being authentic. And, I struggle with the fact that there's quite, that people sometimes can be a bit false. And I'm not criticising people, but, I struggle with going on social media and saying, yeah, life's great when I'm feeling actually life isn't great, because I've had my mental health challenges in the past. And I really loved it this morning when, I can't remember her name, sorry, again, menopausal memory, but she was saying that everybody's got mental health, and, I'm honest, I've had mental health challenges, and they've kind of been associated with the menopause, that's another another topic I could talk about, the menopause, because it's very misunderstood and oftentimes you get treated for depression, but it's actually depression associated with the menopause. So, social media, love it or hate it, you need to use it. And I know Trina was on earlier on talking about Instagram. Instagram is not my friend yet. It will be, because I know I need to use it, but I have used Facebook a lot and it does work. It might be a slow burn. You might think, oh my goodness, I've just posted, nobody's responded, nobody's bought my product that I'm promoting. But trust me, if you keep using it, it will work for you. And I'm lucky that, as part of my business, I get lots of free coaching and mentoring. And one of the things we get talked about is using social media, using stories. I'm not as good at it as I should be. I will get better. I even might go on TikTok. I mean, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying that. My eldest son and his girlfriend are big on TikTok, but I know I need to maybe venture into that unknown world. It's funny I say that actually, because I remember when I was at Clare Medical, at Grant Thornton in IT training, and I first started using the World Wide Web, and it was like an unknown territory and it was a bit scary. But now, who knew? I think nothing of using the web now. So there's hope for me, definitely. I will get better at Instagram and I will get better at... I won't get better. I will actually use TikTok at some point, I think. What was the other thing that I was going to say about social media? Yeah, it's... I can't remember. Sorry, folks. This is all ad lib. I don't do notes. But as I say, maybe I should, because of the menopause. I'm getting lots of comments here. Sorry, I've got varifocals as well, and it looks like I'm being dead rude, looking down my nose, trying to read things. But even though I'm very good at multitasking, I can't always read comments at the same time as I'm talking. So let me give you a little bit more information about what I do, because this morning I was talking to a lovely lady about my business. I'm all about helping people. Giving them the opportunity to earn extra income. So I help people to do what I do. I help them build a forever business. And the forever business, as with other networking marketing companies, it's all about giving people the opportunity to build a business, but it's also about introducing people to products. So rather than companies like Forever selling their products in shops, promoting them on the TV or via other channels, they actually choose to market their products via a network of business owners like myself. So, you know, I know, as I say, people can be very critical of network marketing, but I always say to people, you know, the companies like Forever choose to do it this way. So rather than pay celebrities to endorse their products, they actually pay people like myself to endorse them, to use them, to recommend them to other people. So it's just a different way of marketing your product or selling your product, rather than paying money for a shop to stock your product. They pay me to promote their product and get their product to the customer. I don't have to carry stock, thankfully, you know, but you know, I am the shop front for Forever Living, or one of millions of shop fronts for Forever Living. And my business is in 160 countries in the world, which is amazing. So that means that I can have customers in those 160 countries, or I can help people in any of those 160 countries. And that's the amazing thing about what I do now. On Friday there, I was talking to a woman that I connected with through Facebook, and she's in America. Can't even remember what part of America it was. But, you know, I would never have done that when I was in the corporate world. Equally, I've never have had the confidence to do it. So it's amazing the opportunities that were available to us through networking, through, you know, having businesses like the business that I have. And I know other people on this group who've spoken today, you know, they're independent business owners, but social media gives them the opportunity to connect with people that they wouldn't otherwise have been able to connect with. And that's something actually as well, which is interesting, is the use of likes of Zoom. When I was in the corporate world, oh my goodness, it was frowned upon to have a meeting via teleconferencing. And in those days, we didn't use Zoom. You know, you had to meet for a meeting. There was a bit of snobbery attached to meetings. You know, you had to meet and get your free lunch and your coffee. Well, now, you know, meeting via Zoom is so much more efficient, and, you know, you don't have have to get on the red eye down to London. So, yeah, that's one of the good things that's come out of the pandemic. And also, my business is something that can be done via Zoom. It flourishes. We were already before lockdown. We were already conducting business via Zoom, and we've been able to continue to do that during lockdown. So I'm just looking at the time. I've got 7 more minutes, and as you've probably gathered, I can chat and ramble on about things and go off on tangents. But let me come back to my business. So I've told you a little bit about how I help other people build businesses. And the beauty of what I do, I follow a blueprint which has existed for over 40 years. So with this business, rather than having to start from scratch, I mentor and help people to build a business, but I follow a business plan or a business blueprint that has worked for other people for over 40 years. So that's great. And I'm all about aloe vera. So I thought I'd just quickly mention a couple of products to you. I don't want to do the hard sell. I hate hard sell. But, you know, the only way to tell people about, or for people to know about these products, is to tell them about them. So 42 years ago, a gentleman called Rex Morn started Forever. He was already a millionaire in his own right, but he wanted to come up with a business to enable other people to flourish and have their own businesses. So that's how Forever came about. And he recognised the amazing qualities of aloe vera. And before I started my business, the only thing I knew about was after sun containing aloe vera, because it's a very cooling ingredient. But it's been around for years. It was used by the Egyptians. And I know the First Lady this morning was talking about flower essence and how it had been used by the Egyptians. It is an incredible plant. In fact, it's called a herb. and it contains vitamins and minerals and 19 of the 20 amino acids that we need for good health. It also helps wounds heal 3 times quicker than other products. So it's incredible. I'm all for natural products rather than resorting to the likes of antibiotics. You know, there are occasions when we do need to rely on these things, but if I can heal things naturally, then that's the route that I will take. So yeah, aloe vera, an incredible plant, and it's something I'm so pleased I've got it in my life. Every morning I'm just going to show you a product. So every morning I take a shot of aloe vera gel. We make 4 different types of aloe vera gel. This is the original one. It's the one that Rex Morn came up with all those years ago. This contains 99.7% aloe vera. So I would say to you, if you're looking at aloe vera products on the market, always be mindful of how much aloe vera they actually contain. This is all natural and it's amazing. I take a shot of this in the morning, keeps me healthy. Touch wood, I don't have any wood to touch, but I've not had COVID, or if I did, I had it very, very briefly, and I mean less than 24 hours, even before it was fashionable, right back in February 2020. It also stops me getting cold sores, which I've always had. I always used to have one for my school photograph. And also my hair is the best it's been since I was 11. So, you know, I know it works. It's great for your skin. People who've got eczema, psoriasis, they take this and they don't have to use any other preparations. Can't make medical claims, but it is a great product. I've also got people have come up to me when I've been doing a stall and they've said to me, I take the drinking gel and I find that I no longer need to use my inhaler. So, you know, when you hear these things, it's amazing. I also I take the drinking gel that's got the glucosamine, chondroitin and MSM because it's great for joint health. So, yeah, I swear by it. This is the other product that Rexmond developed 42 years ago, aloe vera jelly. This is pure leaf jelly. So, great for burns, for sunburn. So I always say to people, have it in your first aid kit because you never know when you might need it. And it's also really good for acne. My daughter, she's 17, and if she has a flare-up, I say to her at night, whack some aloe jelly on it. She gets fed up of me telling her. And see, in the morning, all the redness has died down, so it's great. You may have seen this or heard of this little product, Aloe Lips. Amazing lip balm. Best one on the market, okay? And it's also good for other things other than your lips. If you've got having a cold and you've got all that horrible dry crustiness underneath your nose, brilliant for that. Final thing I'm just going to mention, because you might have heard of it, is the 9-day cleanse, the C9. Brilliant. It's the most Googled cleanse out there. That's the end of the hard sell. Okay, so I've got an amazing range of products that I recommend to people, and it is all about recommendation. Working with people to see how I can help them. Okay, whether it be from the point of view of their health or from the point of view of their wealth. I mean, I hate cheesy strap lines, but I'm a health and wealth creator. So yeah, I love to, you know, show people another way. So busy mums who maybe want to spend more time with their children, this is another option. Mums who are on maternity leave and, you know, don't want to go back to work. Or for me, to give me more money when I retire, although I'm not sure I'll ever retire. So yeah, that's me. I think that's a whistle-stop tour. I've covered lots of ground. I've really been, I'm so pleased that I've had this opportunity to speak in the group. And, you know, I'd love to hear from anybody who is online at the moment or who watches this on replay. So please do get in touch and let's have a chat and get to know each other. As I say, I'm not into the hard sell. I'm all about getting to know people. So I hope everybody has a great day. Also, great weekend. And for those of you who are mums, have a great Mother's Day on Sunday. So lovely to meet everybody and bye for now.